Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you some of my original VHS tapes. So the reason being, I'm a very old school person. I like the old school VHS DVDs and of course the Blu-rays. So without further ado, this came out in 1996. It is the legendary Stingray, but the reason why I've taken the insert out is you can't really tell, but then various episodes guides what came out on the VHS, which got remastered in 1996, what my mother got me. So that particular Christmas. Then we have from 1978 not a very good film, but it's Kiss, The Phantom of the Park. And of course this was like when Kiss was really big over in the States. There's a couple of images there, and of course the famous lineup of Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley and Peter Criss. Then one for my good friend Beat Down Bunny. I know he loves his old school professional wrestling. This is a very infamous show at the time. I think it might have been John Hurt or some, but whoever took over WCW, that got rid of Ric Flair, and this is an unforgettable show. It is what it is though, but it's the Great American Bash 1991 with Barry Windham and Lex Luger on the cover. It's also famous for one of the rare times that Paul Heyman, then he was known as Paul E. Dangerously, wrestled. It was a 2-on-1 handicap match. And this is one of the last WCW releases, which has still got the original H&V price, which, yes, is £2.99. This is the best of the 90s. It's got an amazing tag team match from Super Bowl of 1991, which was Super Bowl 1, which got the famous Outsiders versus Team WCW from Bash at the Beach in 1996. But there's some really iconic moments, or infamous. And in Merry Hill, I think it's a shoe shop, but back in the day that used to have a Virgin Megastore. And this was, I believe I got this from there, it was Unforgiven 2000 with the American Badass, the Undertaker gimmick. Brilliant pay-per-view if I do recall. It's got a couple of inserts. When you could buy like WWE comic books with the Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Then I know Big Bally picked a Blu-ray up 2 weeks ago, but this is Problem Child, and the reason why I've just mentioned Big Paulie, there's a film called The Iron Claw, and it's about the Von Erichs. There's a blink and you miss it scene in this particular film with Texas Tornado, known as Kerry Von Erich, in the jail. I think it's a jail scene. But in the scene, excuse me. Texas Tornado technically gives Michael Richards, I think he was in Seinfeld, the letter from JR, of course, which was Junior, but I highly recommend this film. I think it's got a Blu-ray. I know it's got a DVD. I think it should get a Blu-ray. And of course, can't go wrong with a bit of Roger Moore. This was his first outing as James Bond in 1973. And of course, the iconic Live and Let Die. And back to the wrestling. Future Shock, which was Starrcade 1989, which was a brilliant pay-per-view. And one for Rock God 2004. Now, in Dudley, there is a famous rock/metal shop called ST Records. I think it's still there. To my knowledge, it might not be. I'm not 100% sure. But at the time, I got this for £11.99, which is the original VHS, Live After Death. Again, I definitely know this has got a DVD on the Early Days Part 2. And a bit of WWF, which was the greatest hits, with Mr. Perfect and Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich for the Intercontinental Championship. And again, I love these inserts where it would tell you the releases, what came out at the time. Then we have a brilliant rock band, still going, but I think this is their last concert together, but it's the legendary Deep Purple from Melbourne, Australia. Again, some amazing songs like Highway Star, Black Knight, Smoke on the Water, I think they do. Yes, I do, pardon me. Then we got WrestleFest 93, which was famous for the Ric Flair versus Mr. Perfect match from Raw in 1993. But brilliant compilation of matches. You got the Big Boss Man on the front, IRS, who was in the Hall of Fame this year with his partner way back when, which I think's Barry Windham. And then we got video pieces, which was just 4 promo videos at the time, which was, of course, Trooper, Flight to Icarus, Run to the Hills, and the legendary Number of the Beast. Then I've definitely got this one on DVD in the tagged classics, but is this Battle Royale at the Albert Hall with the Legion of Doom on the front cover. And these came with, some of these came with double-sided video posters, which I will show you soon. Then, in about 1998, WWE, or then World Wrestling Federation, went over to Manchester. This was some of the highlights from this show, but it's that watchable. It's got Undertaker versus Kane. And then a couple of more James Bond. In 1979 we had Moonraker. And the year I was born we had For Your Eyes Only. And of course the original Doctor No from 1962 with another brilliant James Bond actor in Sean Connery. Then WWF on May the 16th went over to Manchester, and this is No Mercy, which wasn't a pay-per-view event, I don't think. I think it was in the UK, but the Americans missed out on this show. It is what it is. It was just after WrestleMania, I think. Speaking of brilliant shows, Invasion 2001 with Vince and Shane, which is a brilliant cover. Really good pay-per-view this is. This was at the time during the Invasion angle with ECW and World Championship Wrestling against WWF. But in real life, I think WWF actually brought out WCW. And a very infamous pay-per-view is Capital Carnage. The reason why I'm saying infamous, if any of you guys remember, it's the whole, I think her name's Jacqueline Moore, but basically I think Christian or Sable expose her, yes, live on pay-per-view. Then, back to the Jerry Andersons. I do believe my good friend James Millership's got this on. This was released by Network, which is Fireball XL5. There's a back ITC. Of course, a very famous Survivor Series with the debut of The Undertaker, which is the 4th annual Survivor Series. And an iconic English pay-per-view in 1992 was SummerSlam, I do believe. But this is the original VHS with all the matches, including the dark matches. Then one of the biggest wrestlers of the late 80s in the WWE, the Incredible Hulk Hogan, and this is Hulkamania Forever, and it's got behind the scenes of Suburban Commando. Then one of the biggest wrestlers still in the industry, the iconic The Rock, and this is Know Your Role. We got Capital Combat 1990. I love this cover with Sting and Lex Luger. And of course, Jim Herd, that's it. Of course, Jim Herd at the time was very much the Vince McMahon character, so he was promoting like RoboCop too. Of course, he had RoboCop. There we got an old school VHS in WrestleMania's Greatest Matches, which is an image from Battle Royale in 1986, which was WrestleMania 2. This one goes up to WrestleMania 4. And legendary singer, legendary metal singer, of course, in Ronnie James Dio. I'm going to say this is from 1983. Yes, it was. Got the classic Dio album. I'll just put these back. Then back to the wrestling, 1991's Royal Rumble. I love these type of covers, retro covers, which is like the likes of Hulk Hogan, Texas Tornado, Randy Macho, King Savage, Ultimate Warrior. Very cartoonish looking. And we got the famous Survivor Series 5th annual with The Undertaker battling Hulk Hogan. Then we've got from 1996 In Your House 6. I think this was called Rage in the Cage. This was one of the last appearances of X-Pac in a crybaby match, which wasn't that good. It's not a good, it's an okay show. I definitely know my friend beat Dan Bunny probably hasn't got this. But it's one of the iconic Sting looks, which was inspired by the Crow. And what I like, again WCW under Warner Brothers would say the random VHSs, but there was a plug-in for Mayhem, which was a computer game. But you'd also have a release date calendar, which I don't think WWF never did. I know if you ordered it through the actual Silver Vision, you'd have like a catalogue. Of course, classic Christmas film by John Hughes. It's the iconic Home Alone, which I have on DVD. Of course, a brilliant WrestleMania 5, which the Mega Powers explode. And we got In Your House 15. This was when the rise of Stone Cold Steve Austin, but it's famous or infamous for Vader versus Ken Shamrock. Then, for 1977, we've got The Spy Who Loved Me. Of course, if you don't know, today's a big day for Queen. It's Queen Rock's Montreal, I think. But it's on Disney Plus. But this is the original Greatest Flicks VHS with a fast version of We Will Rock You. I've got the original CD as well, which I showed you no, I think it was the last video or the last one. I definitely got this one on Blu-ray, but it's Thunderbirds I'll Go. Then The Rock had a follow-up which is The Rock's People Champ. Then we got an amazing metal band who's still going strong in the Scorpions. And I was just on about the poster. This is the double-sided poster what came. Got the legendary Hulk Hogan. Of course, the iconic The Undertaker. Then we got Roger Moore's second James Bond outing in The Man with the Golden Gun. Then we got the late great Rocket Owen Hart as the Blue Blazer. Looks like he's fighting Barry Horowitz, but this is the High Flyers. Couple of brilliant High Flyers. Then wrestling bios of fellow YouTuber. The other day reviewed this, I think it was Sunday, but this was WrestleMania 7, famous for the Ultimate Warrior versus Macho King Randy Savage. Of course, got heel Sergeant Slaughter versus Babyface Hulk Hogan. Then my friend at the time recorded this from Sky SummerSlam 1991. Then this was the first James Bond outing with Pierce Brosnan, and of course GoldenEye. Then I remember, I think I got this from Stourbridge Woolworths, which is wrestling superheroes in action with the Legion of Doom. Again, just highlights of random matches. This is the second to last Roger Moore, which is a brilliant film in Octopussy. And a brilliant 4-ball 1993, which has got a really good Ric Flair versus Ravishing Rick Rude. So yeah, that's the second box. Just move the duster. And yeah, back to the VHSs. We've got the first ever SummerSlam 1988. There's the back with some images of the wrestlers who took part. This particular James Bond film, the screenplay is by Roald Dahl and directed by Louis Gilbert, but this is You Only Live Twice. Of course, the famous theme song is by Nancy Sinatra. Then a very good pay-per-view where WWE would kind of give the spoilers, but this was the debut of the Big Show. But this was actually on Valentine's Day in 1999. Just some Valentine's Day Massacre with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon. Then we go to WrestleMania 8 for 1992, which is a double main event. Famous for Ric Flair blading, which was a no-no at the time in WWF. Then we got the second appearance of Sean Connery in from Russia with Love. Which my father got for me at the time. This, I think I got from Woolworths, but this is a double pack, so you've got the original WrestleMania 17, and on the other pack you've got No Mercy, which I've just showed you a couple of, one of the first boxes I think, from May the 16th, but really good, really amazing WrestleMania. And we've got mega matches, which I got from when it was memorabilia, but on the front cover, of course, got the Macho King Randy Savage, plus some other matches. And I know my good friend Beat Dan Bunny was going to review this for me. An amazing WrestleMania, still to this day, in my opinion, one of my top 10 WrestleManias, but this was from 1994, where you've got Bret Hart versus his brother, the late, great Owen Hart, but some amazing matches. And I do recall, back in the day, 1997, see, I was born in 1981, so I would have been 2 years old when Return of the Jedi came out. But these are the 97 special edition Star Wars. And I remember seeing this at the UCI in Merry Hill. That's the New Hope. Of course, the legendary Empire Strikes Back, and one of my favourites of the original Star Wars, what I used to enjoy when I was a kid, which was Return of the Jedi. It comes in some sort of fancy artwork sleeve, but the sleeve's a bit damaged. But you can see who it is, it's Darth Vader. Anyhow, back to a couple more. These are actually highlight shows of the Survivor Series. So instead of the Ultimate Warrior versus Brutus Beefcake match, the first match was in the highlights as Demolition, but if it was me, I would get the anthology, which came out a couple of years later, if you can see it anywhere. Then we got the Royal Rumble 1996 with Undertaker and his Phantom of the Opera inspired face mask, because a wrestler called Mabel, I think, smashed his orbital bone. So in real life, the Undertaker had to wear like a Phantom of the Opera type of face thing. And we got Wrestling's Greatest Champions as well, with WrestleMania 4 image, I think it is. Then we got the Best of Hulkamania. Really funny image there of Hulk Hogan pounding hitting the big boss man. Then the last one, I know Mark Thomas Roberts' Farm Boy, I think, on YouTube, has got a couple of volumes, but at the time this was the Big Five, so it starts off with the Royal Rumble, No Chance in Hell. Not a very good Royal Rumble. Then we got the original WrestleMania 15, I think. Then we got King of the Ring, which was just after the late great Owen Hart sadly passing. And I know Wrestling Buyers has got this review coming up, but it's SummerSlam 1999, Out of Body Experience with Jesse the Body Ventura in the very famous or infamous Survivor Series 1999 to end off all of my DVDs. Sorry about this, guys. So okay, guys, I'm looking through my notes. I've written down all the shout outs. Funny thing, guys, so a couple of the shout outs is for the following. Gareth Over Video Toasties. The guy loves his old school VHS tapes and does some watch along with fellow YouTubers like random films like James Bond, etc. I believe he did a never-ending story with James Millership, who gets mentioned next, which is my good friend Jim Jam Movies and TV. A huge fan of network releases, which is true, but loves his retro television, and if he picks up anything exclusively before he does a video, he shows me what he's picked up. Then a fellow wrestling fan, in my good friend Beat Down Bunny, he loves his professional wrestling and of course his media, which is his second YouTube channel. Then we have Rock God 2004, which is Nigel. He loves his Iron Maiden and really cool person and a fellow YouTuber and loves his video nasties. Then in the last one is we have Forgotten World of Movies, which is Andy. He loves talking about films and does rankings on his channel. But before I go, I will be doing an upcoming Q&A video if you don't know, or you forgot. So you can ask me anything related to media and I'll be happy to answer as much as I can. So don't forget to give the guys a subscribe to the channels what I've mentioned. So thank you for watching the channel. Don't forget to like, please comment and share and subscribe to my channel, which is Mansoul Media Corner, and goodbye folks and have a great day.